guys, Dawson here once again for another video recapping this 49ers training camp. I took a break yesterday because I was busy, so I'm sorry about that, but besides for tomorrow in which the 49ers are taking a break, I will be covering every single day I can of this practice and the preseason. But yeah, let's get into the video. Some notes. Maurice Hurst, he is likely out for the season. He can make a late return, but it doesn't look likely. But that is a hit to the D line, and I was very hyped to see what he had to give to this team. So I hope to see him next year. But let's get fully into this, right? So the most interesting thing today was it seemed like this was the best Trey Lance practice he has had. Sure, he has thrown interceptions through 3 days, right? That is no bueno right there. That is no bueno. But for that, right? Let's see what let me get the stats up here. The stats mean nothing right now. They're pads, but it's interesting to see. 8 for 15 pass attempts. 2 drops and 1 interception to his name this practice. But when you basically have no O-line help with the way this defense has been playing this offensive line with no pads, it's hard to see, hey, what can he actually do, right? But some good news on the front of the offensive line. Trent Williams and Mike McGlinchey are back and in their right spots, and Daniel Brunskill is taking snaps at center, which seems to be what he's going to be playing as. And you know what? There's also reports of Aaron Banks being good. He may have actually needed that year, and that's good to hear. Weakest link right now is Spencer Buford, and I guess you could also say Mike McGlinchey because he's just a rusty player right now, but it's going to be interesting to come Monday when pads are on to see what happens out there with this offensive line. Because if they're still getting demolished by this defensive line, that means 2 things. 1, O-line needs help. 2, the D-line is pretty, great right there. Let's talk a bit about these wide receivers, right? Brandon Ayuk, Trey Lance connection. It hit today a bit. 3 deep balls were thrown to Ayuk, and all 3 were connected. That's good to hear. 1 was a 30-yarder, 1 a 20-yarder, and another 20-yarder. George Kittle, he got himself a 30-yard catch. So pretty good from them right there. As I said before, Mike McGlinchey, he's back. That's always... It's good to have him back. He may play some preseason games or some snaps for preseason games to see what happens. Javon Kinlaw came back today. He looked pretty good, looked healthy, explosive. Good to hear. Charvarius Ward, man, he has been the MVP, right? You can say that there's let's count. 4 stars on each level of the defense. Jimmy Ward, Charvarius, Fred Warner, and Nick Bosa. How many teams can say that, really? That is good. And the ball hawking lockdown, has been shown these past 4 practices, and I'm wondering what's going to happen Monday with that. And speaking of safety, right, some people thought, Talanoa Hufanga was going to take the spot, and he may take the spot, right, of free safety. But there's also Tarvarius Moore you got to look out for. Intercepted 2 passes. 1 was tipped, but the other one was him. He just got. Let's see what else here. What else is there to hear? If I were to say something, Danny Gray needs better opportunities. I think his skill set is he's a deep, fast guy, right? And he hasn't been able to show that off. I'm hoping Monday he'll be able to show it off a bit more. And then there's concerns with the backup Nate Sudfeld threw 3 interceptions in 1 practice. I will say this, right? Interceptions and stats right now mean nothing, right? and he's the backup. If Nate Sudfeld is playing more than one game this season, there is a problem happening in 49ers land. Just gotta say that here. So I don't worry about Nate Sudfeld until I have to worry about Nate Sudfeld. So we're not gonna talk about that. You could say Ambry Thomas is not having himself a good training camp. He's being burnt, and thank God E-Man and E-Man, Travarius, and Jason Ferret are on this team because of that. And there's also Dante Johnson's everyone's favorite. So overall, very repetitive practice, if that makes sense, right? Because I said the past 3 days, defense is ball hawking, sacking, everything, right? While the offense looks struggling, interceptions are being thrown. And here's the thing about it, there should be no concerns about this at all right now. Because here's the thing about it, when it comes to Trey Lance, we knew there was going to be rough patches here, and they have been showing three consecutive practices with interceptions. That is bad, but guess what? He needs these. He needs these practices, right? He needs the practices where he goes 8 for 15. He needs the opportunity to only complete 4 passes to see what he needs to do right, what he needs to do better. It's all needed to be the quarterback that the San Francisco 49ers need of Trey Lance. Do I think he's going to get better? Of course I do, but I'm not worrying right now about what is coming from Trey Lance. I am more focused on this offensive line, how they play, how they deal with everything, how these running backs look. Because I think Trey Lance does need a good run game, right? That's a thing. And also they need Deebo Samuel on this offense. Tomorrow they're off, and I'm pretty sure they're trying to get him signed before Monday or for Monday's practice, or at least Tuesday. Like, he needs to be here for pad practice. So gonna be very interesting what his deal is at DK Metcalf, AJ Brown, Terry McLaurin, all of them from that 2019 class have gotten paid, and how much is Deebo going to get paid? And does that I am a firm believer that Jimmy Garoppolo has enough nothing to do with the Deebo Samuel contract, in which you had to trade Jimmy before you pay Deebo, but maybe that may change, who knows. But overall, a very interesting practice. Very different training camp from last year. We had there was a thought that Trey Lance may get the starting job, but that quickly turned out to be false. So just a very overall good feeling training camp going on here, and it's fun covering this and fun seeing all these details and snaps coming out of camp, because I'm stuck in Mississippi, and so I have to rely on the beat reporters, the content creators that went to Santa Clara for the training practice, and combining all their information together into a basically 10 to 12 minute video. We're currently at 8 minutes, or almost 9 minutes, but yeah, very interesting to get all this information together, and I hope you guys are enjoying this content that I'm making. And if you are, like, subscribe, comment. We are on the road to, I'm up one subscriber away from 70, and then after that, the road to 75, and then to 80, and 85 to 90, and all that. Repeating this right there. And, liking that helps the video out, get the views, to hopefully get more subscribers. And then, comments, that's feedback, that's always good. So anyway, I hope you guys enjoyed this video, and if you did, I will see you guys next time.